What's shaking, Warfighter Nation? Ron here with Warfighter Ranch and Isaiah 6:8. Welcome to the Send Me podcast, a family of the Warfighter Nation and first responder communities the world over. Our mission here is to live a little, love a whole lot, and probably offer you a little something different each time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and join our faith-filled community who at one time or another raised their right hand and said,
"Who shall I send? Who go for us? I say, here am I. Send me.
Hey, what's shaking, Warfighter Nation? Ron here with Warfighter Ranch and Isaiah 6:8. This is the art of spiritual warfare.
Anyone can time us. What we do here is the art of spiritual warfare.
If you know me, you know there's a story behind it. Nope, not just yet. Before it gets to that point, it has to go through a pretty lengthy process. Anywhere from 100 to as many as 400 hours of drying time. This is the art of spiritual warfare. You know, I once asked God for patience. If you haven't heard it yet, let me be the first to tell you that when you do this, when you ask God for patience, He doesn't instantaneously wave a magic wand and make you the most patient person in the world. If only He presents us with several, a plethora of opportunities.
Would you say I have a plethora?
A plethora of opportunities to practice it, hone it, always seeking to sharpen and refine that skill. Our signature floating cross, a reminder that God needs nothing to stand on but His own word, inspired by John 19:30. Before I create a piece for anyone, before I even look at any 550, first, I pray on it. Each piece is a sermon for one, so I only have one chance to shoot my shot. And if God is with us, well, then who can be against us? Next, I look at the individual. I look at the big picture. I look at their name, their interests, their career, and of course their faith. I've served, lived, died, laughed, and even cried with my fellow warfighters. And many times we experience things most people couldn't possibly comprehend. Thank God. It gives me insight into the warfighter or spouse, their families, their goals and dreams, and it gives me an opportunity to learn about so many different facets of the Warfighter Nation that I didn't even know existed. The different branches, different career fields, different wars, and a single unbreakable bond that God Himself bestowed upon us. One that is priceless and without measure. One that is based on no greater love. Truly, what a gift. And we believe that even something as simple as a tactical wristwear piece can be used to steward that message, that love, and serve as a constant reminder that even when we feel alone, that indeed we are not, ever. Recently, I was working on a piece, and after the first couple of coats of epoxy to elevate the charm, the cross a bit, usually 2 to 3 days and nights of waiting, after that's when I decide it's time to go get a cross. This is probably the peak of excitement for me in the process as I choose a cross from my tackle box of unique specialty items and choose one that will go on the next piece. But it's not ready just yet. These particular crosses, the ones that I dubbed our Warrior Cross years ago, have a loop attached to the top as they were originally designed as a loose fit charm or to go on a necklace, just like mine here. But usually, I don't look inside the box because that's where I don't live either. So I trim the loop off, making sure that all the edges are smooth and it looks presentable. At this point, the charm's already been prepped about 3 or 4 coats of epoxy, And this is where I can go into surgery mode. Setting the charm can be complicated. Trying to set a flat charm on a concave surface can be challenging. And then there's that critical first coat of epoxy after the cross, which will set the charm firmly in its place forever. But you kind of have to get it there first. As I pivot in my chair, moving the charm literally 36 inches from one area of my desk to the other, the inevitable happens. I drop it. Well, my partially paralyzed dominant right arm and carpal tunnel in both hands doesn't help. And then there's the tremors and the severed tendon in my left thumb. It's a lot like a self-inflicted obstacle course. And so down it goes into the sea of carpet. Now you would think that a small metal cross on a tan-colored carpet would be relatively easy to spot. And you, my friend, would be mistaken. Now I got to go into search and rescue mode as if the cross needed any help from me. Because I literally can't do another thing to move forward with this whole process until I find that cross. And so it begins. My aging eyes behold the floor, and after a quick scan with no luck, I get down on the floor and high crawl through the ocean of carpet. It doesn't happen very often like this, but when it does, it's a good reminder for me that if you're persistent enough and faithful enough to seek Jesus when we're lost, confused, or when we've just lost our way, when we're seeking that cross, all we really have to do is just get down on our knees. Well, that's it for this week. You've got your spiritual chow. Pass it on to the next troop, next mission. Time now. See you on the other side.
Do not get off on exit 22, over.
You're cleared hot at this time.
Smoke Vet 6, this is Smoke Jumper 7. Roger that. Next mission, time now.